The Ecowas heads of states are gathering to bring a military force against Niger Republic. But they themselves forget that even them who call themselves leaders or presidents of those countries are not democratically elected. We need to tell ourselves the truth, Africa. It has been a long time we will discover who we are. You are going to make a peacekeeping force in Niger Republic. Whereas the Niger people didn't tell you that they have problem in their country, that they are not fighting war. The masses were celebrating the military takeover of government in that country. And what you people are busy doing is to bring force, bring your military to send them to Niger Republic, especially the president of Nigeria, who is illegitimate. His own case is being disputed in the court, which he is not even sure whether he will be in that post for long. But let's assume that he continues to rule. Nigeria does not have that kind of amount of money to waste again. The money we wasted during 2023 presidential election, or the whole election, by bringing beavers, is enough. The money the National Assemblies, the president, and the other elected offices or officers are taking from the Nigerian purse is enough. Nigerians are living in borrowing money. We have a lot of debt. Where will you get money to fund the military now to go and fight for something that does not concern them, whereas it was you people who are the leaders that is causing the trouble all over Africa? Are you people not looking the way the Western world have been organizing their democracy? Why are you people stick on becoming president, governor, or whatever? Can't you people see that the era that we are now, we are the era of computer, jet age? The thing that happens in the past, the present generation doesn't want it again. They need change. Africans, we need change. Why is it that the Western world are tapping from north, from the left, from the right? Everywhere they are tapping from the resources of Africa. When are we going to wake up from our slumber and face the reality? When I look at it very critically, the military takeover government in Niger Republic, I look deep into my country, Nigeria. I begin to ask myself one question. Since we have democracy in 1999, what is the tangible thing the civilian government had provided to the country, to the masses? What have they built? I begin to take stock. I begin to think within me, this is my own opinion, that this military regime seems to be the best for Nigeria. Based on what is happening everywhere. When you talk of Abuja, the new federal capital, it was built by the military. Lagos was developed by the military. Third Mainland Bridge was built by the military. What tangible thing will these people say that they have done, apart from borrowing money and sharing it among themselves in the National Assembly, wardrobe allowance, shoe allowance, belt allowance, rice allowance? All these things, all have allowance. They are sharing. Why the masses are suffering? I also blame the police, because the corruption have eaten deep, even in the police sector. We should not be able to forget the NSAS protest in a hurry, where the masses are fighting for the police, so that let's start there to know whether if corruption will end in Nigeria. But still, those forces are the one who are fighting the masses, they fail to understand that they themselves, their children is also among the masses, because you are a force man, you are a soldier, you are a policeman, does not give you the right that your children is also a policeman. They are going to school, public school, just like others. But what I'm saying is that we should first of all put our home in order, mend our home, before we begin to think of going to another people's country to go and make peace. The time has passed when Nigeria can able to afford that thing. Babangida do it during the time of Liberia crisis and the Sierra Leone crisis. That was those days. The population had grown so much now in Nigeria that we don't need to waste such resources again and to go and take our soldiers and go and waste them in a foreign land, all because of the greedy and what you old men in politics is causing to the masses. We can't afford it any longer. So what we are saying is, let's first of all put our home in order. The control of our colonial masters in Africa is enough. They have given us independence. Africa, we need to be fully independent. We need to be in charge. We do not need those people who are agreeing in the policies and programs of the West so that they can be in power. If our colonial masters cannot defend us, cannot help us, let us abandon them. But one thing I want to make clear is, Africa, we should be aware so that we will not enter the second missionary journey. We should not enter the second colonization period again, because I see it rooming. The way I'm seeing things going on in Africa, coups have begun to come back again. We need to be very careful, because anarchy is something that didn't pay anybody any good. War, it doesn't pay anybody any good. And know this thing, that all the weapons they are building, all the artilleries, all the bombs, all the obunigwes they are developing in other parts of the world, they are looking for a place to test it. We should not allow Africa to be a testing ground. We should not use our hand to bring war among ourselves. Let us live in unity. If they accuse you of not ruling very well, resign. Why is it that African leaders, none of them resign? Even if you accuse them, they remain in power. One person will be in power for 35 years, 20 years. That place does not mean for you. It's not your permanent home. You have rule. Look at what is happening in the West. 5 years or 4 years, second term, you go down. Let another person try. But those West, they will see that things are getting wrong. Before you know it, they tell that they recognize the government. They say, congratulations, we will work with you. We would like to establish a new relationship, foster relationship. All these things, we should use our head and think twice, knowing that when it matters, they will from the back set you up. And when something happens, they will say their arms. Let us be wise and save Africa. Africa is a great continent. God bless you.